Items recovered after one of the biggest jewel heists in Germany history are going back on display. In November 2019, thieves smashed their way into Dresden Green Vault and escaped with some 4,300 diamonds and other precious stones. Now, nearly 5 years after the heist, many of the precious artefacts will form part of an exhibit at the Dresden Museum. For more, I'm joined by Deutsche Welle correspondent Thomas Sparrow in Berlin. And Thomas, tell us a bit about the heist and who was behind it.
This was a heist that shocked not only Germany, but was also covered extensively internationally at the time. I covered it myself as well. And that has to do not only with the fact that these thieves actually entered the vault, smashed the security windows, took those 21 items with around 4,000 diamonds, but it also has to do with the value of the items that were actually taken. Back then it was said that they were around 100 million euros worth, but experts stressed that that was just a figure and that the actual value of the items from a cultural perspective, from a historical perspective, was very difficult to calculate. These are items that date back centuries to the time of Augustus the Strong. And as such, this created shockwaves here in the country. A big group of authorities gathered together to try and find out exactly what happened. In fact, it has been said that the file that authorities have put together in the last 5 years is over 37,000 pages long. And as part of that investigation, as part of the commission that was created, authorities found out that a clan, a family clan based here in Berlin, was behind the robbery, and several members of the clan were arrested. And as part of police proceedings, those members said where some of the items were located and returned some of them. And those are the items that are now being shown again in Dresden.
OK, so if there's an investigation still underway, Thomas, why are the pieces going on display?
Essentially, this has to do with the fact that there is a public interest in showing again those pieces, in making sure that the Green Vault, that Dresden Museum, can actually show once again those items that are of very important historical and cultural relevance. It's relevant to stress that these pieces are now being shown in exactly the same way as they were when they were found, when they were recovered. In other words, some of them have bits and pieces that are missing, or a little bit here and there that is broken. And this has to do essentially with this ongoing investigation. Authorities have also stressed that if they need some of the pieces to find out more about what happened, that they would take them away from the Green Vault. Again, in other words, it's about showing that the work done by authorities in the last few years, this big file of 37,000 pages, actually was something successful, and that's the reason why they were shown. However, some important elements are still missing. In fact, one of the most important diamonds is still missing, and this is one of the most important elements, one of the most important challenges that authorities still have when it comes to the Green Vault case.
Well, with respect to those missing pieces, are there any clues as to what might have happened to them?
At least not publicly. It may be the case that as part of this very big file and the commission that was created, authorities are following certain clues. It may also be possible that they are trying to gather more information from the Berlin clan that was behind the robbery. But there are two elements that are particularly important when it comes to this challenge. One, authorities still don't know where the items were hidden after they were taken. And second, they are still looking for some of the most relevant ones, including a very important diamond of historical cultural relevance for Dresden. And that's essentially why authorities decided to follow this double path. On the one hand, showing again the pieces that were recovered. On the other hand, still continuing with an investigation after a heist that really shocked Germany and created also international attention.
Deutsche Welle's Thomas Sparrow, thanks so much. A quick look at the national weather now for tomorrow. Unseasonably hot across the country, starting with